Hello, everyone. I was able to get out of my oldest's bedroom before 8 o'clock, which is a flippin' miracle. I say it is a miracle getting out of their rooms before 8 o'clock. No matter if I start uh, early or not. How is everybody doing? I hope that you are amazing and that you've got a heart. Look at my hair. That's what I get for laying in bed with my child. I hope that you have a heartwarming something to drink. I am currently drinking the Harney and Sons lemon herbal tea in my Ashland Mystery Festival mug. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, Gary. Hi, Alicia. Yes, I hope I feel better soon too. I don't know what this is, but my 5-year-old brought it home and then promptly gave it to me and my husband, and now Nick is also starting to cough as well, and so not the best. I'm at the point where my cough it's deep and it hurts, but like my lungs also feel sort of like, I don't know, like Rice Krispie treats. Like I will just be sitting there breathing and I can feel like Rice Krispie in my chest. It's so weird. I have no idea. Hello, Ashley. How are you? I'm so excited to talk with you guys tonight. We are going to be talking about Murder by Cheesecake, the Golden Girls mystery series, and uh, I have heard mixed sort of reviews about this. But I want to know, what do you guys think? Give me your Cleo ratings, your Penelope ratings, which if you hear Penelope, she should not be jumping up on the bed. I'm looking at her right now. She's laying in the hallway. She got fixed yesterday. And so she is acting as though she's not in pain, like at all. She is running around, doing all of the things that she knows she's not supposed to be doing. And so at first, whenever we took her to the vet, gave her this thing that looked like a donut. Like it actually looked like a cute little adorable donut. The doctor was like, okay, yeah, we'll put it on her right after surgery or whatever. And I'm so sorry, guys. And so I brought her home with the donut on, and I put her in my office so that Juno couldn't like play with her. And I came in the bedroom and she had torn it off. So then Alex and I went to PetSmart after we went to a movie today, and I got her a cone. That little bugger also tore off the cone. Rude. I don't understand. But let's see. We have 5 Cleo Penelopes. Love this book. Do we want to call them Cleo Penelopes, or do we want to call it like something, because Cleo's, I miss Cleo. And then we got Penelope. Like, what do we do with that? Think on it. 3.5. 3, maybe the couple should have eloped. Okay, so keep giving me your ratings, and I'm going to read the synopsis for those that might just come here just for the vibes. It does have an average of 3.6 on Goodreads and 4.1 on Amazon. But when Dorothy's obnoxious date is found dead in a hotel freezer, it not only ruins a gorgeous cheesecake, but threatens to but threatens the elaborate St. Olaf themed wedding Rose is hosting. Things are heating up, and not just because of Blanche's hot flashes. Rose's cousin is eloping to Miami, and Rose is playing host. If she can't balance the groom's family snobbery against the traditional St. Olaf wedding week guidelines, her hometown may never accept her cousin again. Dorothy quickly realizes she needs a date with whom she can exchange wedding-related wisecracks, turning to a newfangled VHS dating service. She believes she's found the ideal conversationalist. Unfortunately, what looks good on TV can actually be a total jerk in real life. It seems she'll just have to enjoy the company of Sophia, Blanche, and whomever Blanche has targeted for a hookup. As the girls all pitch in, Rose is thrilled that the tea and fish themed kickoff event is perfect, not a herring out of place. That is, until Dorothy's date is found dead, face planted in an otherwise scrumptious looking cheesecake. With every guest a suspect, especially Dorothy, and a marriage on the line, the four besties must ID the real killer, get the should be happy couple down the aisle, and make sure no one from St. Olaf gets lost in the wilds of Miami. It's up to the Golden Girls to sleuth out a way for friendship and love to win the day. Let's see. 3, 3.5, 4. I could hear their voices in my head. Yes. Happy Thanksgiving, MB. So I sort of tandem read this book because like I got the ebook and then I also got the audiobook on it. And as I'm reading the ebook, I was like, oh, this is really good. But it was the audiobook. Like the audiobook was where it was at. I loved the audiobook so much. Let me know, did you read audiobook, ebook, or physical? Because my very first note while I was reading was when reading, did anyone else hear a laugh track going off in their head when like Sophia would have like her zingers? Like, did anybody else get that? Like, as I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, that's where they would put the laugh track right there. I felt like I felt like I could really actually hear them in my head. Like, it felt like I was just watching, like, uh an extended TV show, or like how they used to do in the 80s and 90s. Um, they would sometimes do, like, a movie with the show. I know they did that with, like, Star Trek, and, they did that with Full House, I believe. I really felt like I was sort of listening to a show. I read half as an ebook, second half on audio. Ebook, I could hear their voices in the dialogue. I did tandem. Yeah, the narrator Rose did Rose exceptionally well. She did. They did a great job. Started the ebook, but crazy busy month. Still need to finish it. I think I'll get the audio. You should, MB. I really, really, really liked the audio a lot. Um, uh, an audiobook narrator had to voice many characters. Blanche's southern accent was especially spot on. Yes, but I loved how she also did Sophia. Like, oh, I could just picture Sophia in my head, and I loved it so much. It was so good. Oh, that's hot. I should have, I don't know, tested it. Oh, that's hot. Um so as always, our amazing Gary gave us some discussion questions, and I have some as well. How well does the book maintain appearances of the original Golden Girls? Would TV Dorothy use a dating service to find a plus one for the wedding? I really liked this idea, this question. So I thought that it did particularly well in keeping with the TV show, but I do feel like Dorothy herself would not have gone out for the VHS, like, dating service. I feel like that would have been, like, a birthday gift from, like, Blanche and Sophia, and then, like, they guilt her into using it, and then she finally is like, "Fine, I guess I'll use it for this." Like, I feel like that's how, um, it would have gone, uh I really do feel like that's the that's how it was for me. It did make me want to just like start the show over again and just have it as like my idol show that I sort of watch while like I'm cleaning. I really, really liked that part of it. Uh what crime solving talents do Rose, Dorothy, Sophia, and Blanche individually bring to their investigation? I did think that it was really, really interesting, and I loved the fact that that this cozy mystery existed. So I gave it a 4 stars. But I really thought that, um, like, I love the fact that somebody came up with the idea of making them like a sleuthing group. I really, really enjoyed that. Alicia, completely agree completely. Thought the narrator nailed the characters, but saw Blanche doing dating service. Yeah, exactly. So then I'm like, okay, cool. Um, I uh, I agree. They were portrayed true to character, but I don't think Dorothy would have done the VHS dating service. Yeah, not without um like 100% uh being pushed into it by her mother and like guilted into it by Blanche. Like that yeah, agreed. Sophia for self-defense. She has the heaviest purse. She does. Like, I want to know what all is in her purse. She has the Mary Poppins of purses. I really liked like Rose, like even though, you know, she does sort of she is sort of like that ditzy small girl kind of person. She really does do well at getting people to talk to her about all different kinds of things. Like whenever they were on the bus with all of the St. Olaf family members, I really liked the like how she was able to like talk to everyone and that they just sort of opened up to her. I feel like that's something that that would really, really happen. Uh or that the other girls did the video for her, recording around the corners. Yes. Yes. I can see that being a whole entire episode. A whole episode. Um, Sophia could absolutely knock somebody out with her purse. Like 1,000,000%. I love her so much. I want to be Sophia so much. Um I'm gonna try and mute myself when I cough, guys, because it gets worse as the night goes on. So when it came to Blanche, I mean, Blanche is Blanche, right? Like she is going to use her feminine wiles to get what what she you know, what she wants, what she needs, and she doesn't matter it doesn't matter to her how much leg or décolletage she has to show in order to get the answers that she needs. um I think Dorothy though, uh she didn't really get to do a whole lot of snooping. I think her character was the one that was most out of character. And if you guys are watchers of the TV show and like you disagree, let me know. But I feel like they kind of went um very much outside of her character, like the dating service, the uh like going out of her way to meet someone, her dressing up or being disguised almost like a like a lady of the night, isn't that what they kept calling her? um I think that they sort of didn't necessarily use her um like her most abilities, you know what I mean? Um, yeah. So I do feel like, you know, Dorothy probably could have brought more to it. Um, so the the book had like several good omens for weddings, like rain on the wedding day. Besides those mentioned in the book, what are other good or bad omens you have heard? Um Hi, Renee. Um, so there were some crazy like wedding like just all of the wedding traditions in general were absolutely crazy. So most of most of the wedding traditions that they talked about are the ones that I know. I don't know of a lot of other ones like other than if it rains on your wedding day, it's good luck. Wearing blue, something new, something old. Um, but I don't know a lot of other wedding traditions. But my family's not very traditional, so like we didn't really have very much like talks of those kinds of things. Everything that I know about like omens, bad omens or good omens or whatever have all been through movies or like those kind of things. But when it came to the St. Olaf wedding traditions, those were the most over the top. Like I really enjoyed them. Agreed. Dorothy is usually characterized as smart, logical, and that wasn't necessarily the case here. Yeah, seriously, that's exactly what I think because I I remember just thinking like, would she really do this? Would she really like allow herself to be as pushed around by the other ladies as she was? And so I was just kind of like a little put off by that. Uh so I think that yeah, she was the only character. Like I feel like if Blanche and Dorothy's characters were switched like in their positions of the book, I feel like that actually would have made a little bit more sense. Um but yeah, um the St. Olaf wedding traditions were so funny but so over the top. Like okay, so uh I loved the craziness of St. Olaf traditions. The groom was a really good sport. Yes. The welcome tea tuna tea time was a great starter. Yes, yes, it was. And I wrote down the dance club scene for Nettie's bachelorette party was amazing. I love that, St. Olaf has a gay dance barn. I wrote, "This is the best," and then the fact that they said that there had to be a clown at her bachelorette party, and then Sophia hired a stripper clown. Oh my god. I was dying at that one. Yeah, it was a very vulnerable portrait of Dorothy. I'm wondering if it's supposed to take place right after her divorce. Agree, it's uncharacteristic. I don't know because they talked about her divorce as though it had happened like decades before. Um Honestly, bless the groom. He was such a good dude. Yeah. I I loved it so much and the fact that like, when Nettie was like, "If he's only here for the money," I was like, "Nettie, you're being dumb." Like, that boy, he loves you, and he loves the whole crazy family because I don't know. Like, do you stay, with someone if, like, it's that crazy? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, I thought that it was very, very interesting. So, like, speaking of the like, there were so many different things going on, right? Like, they're trying to figure out, uh, who would have known her date, um, and so they go into, like, what was it? The sugar lady or it was like the sugar something, which ended up being like a drug cartel kind of place. Um, I thought that that was a very interesting way to sort of try and figure out who Henry was. Um, but were you I love this word, snookered. Were you snookered by the victim's mistaken identity because Henry and Morty, except for Morty's piercings and moles, were identical twins? I will say that I did not I did not anticipate that it was going to be a twin situation. Uh, Big Sugar. Thank you, Ashley. Yes, Big Sugar. This is the hardest part of writing established characters. We've all known them for decades, and any misstep, and it's way more noticeable. I agree. Um, Overall, I think that they got for all for most of the ladies, 3 out of 4. I feel like the author and narrator nailed it when it came to, like, their personalities. I think that Dorothy was just the only one that was sort of, not represented as well as we have known her over the past, 30 plus years. Um, but when it came to the mystery, I guess I was listening to it, and I don't think that I really was, like, grasping. I find that sometimes when I'm listening to audiobooks, um hold on. I don't necessarily pick up on all of, like, the subtle clues as much as I do when I'm reading physically. Um, but in the season of life I'm in right now, um, uh audiobooks are the way that I'm getting my reading in. Um, I was confused as to which twin had lunch with Dorothy. So yes, so was I, Gary, because like I was like, okay, so if Morty is like this con artist, uh this kind of like, you know, guy who takes money from other people, like is always just trying to get the best deal or the next bit of money. I thought, okay, maybe he could pretend to be his brother and record the VHS and all of those things. Um, and so then it didn't really like make sense to me with the way that like Henry was reacting, like asking her about her age and like asking all of these other things, as though he was confused as to who he was on a date with. Um, Now again, maybe I missed it, but it did seem a little off, for me as I was reading it, as to whether or not, like, she actually had a date with Henry or had a date with Morty, and then it wasn't until they were sneaking into Morty's house that I was like, or Henry's house, and then Henry came, that he was like, "Oh, no, I left town. No, I really was the one who had lunch with you, but, like, I was just, like, having an off day. My brother," like, it was just I feel I feel like that was more of a miscommunication, and, we could have gotten a little bit more. Yes, I think it would have made more sense if the twin had been the one on the date with her. Yes, because then, think about that semi-morbid meet cute. She's on the date with Morty, but she thinks that it's Henry, and then goes to this place that she thinks is her Henry's house, but it's actually the real Henry's house, and then they fall in love that way. That could be fun. That would have been a fun twist. But yeah, that was not the twist we had. That was not the twist we were given. So I think that it was interesting to see that. Um, uh, Before he limped down the dock to kidnap the wedding party, were there any clues that pointed to Chip as a suspect? How did you react when Chip revealed that an organized crime whack was the motive, instead of wedding sabotage? I did not expect Chip in any way, shape, or form. Um, I that came completely out of left field for me. I did think that like the groom's family was really, really weird, and, like, I wasn't really a fan of them, but I did not expect, Chip to be a part of it, like, I don't know, I feel like there could have been more. I feel like there could have been, like, more things sprinkled throughout the book, than what there was. What do you guys think about that? Um, while I'm wondering, is there another book? I don't think book 2 has come out. Yeah, so there are, or no, it hasn't come out. It hasn't come out at all. But it says Death on the Lanai. Oh, it comes out in June. So book 2 is Death on the Lanai, and it says when the girls accept a very strange wedding invitation to a lavish party on a remote island estate, they find that murder has a way of ruining even the most glamorous of evenings. The invite delivered to 6151 Richmond Street, which I love the fact that they said the address so many times in the book, was short on details, only promising to celebrate the greatest artist of the century and accompanied by a jewel-encrusted brooch. The whole package, a brand of mysterious opulence that another Saturday night of gin rummy just can't match. Blanche Devereaux's passionate dalliances are as plentiful as hot southern nights, and surely one can't be expected to remember all of one's suitors. But when the girls disembark the party's ferry at a small Biscayne Bay island and meet their secretive host, the memories come flooding back. A Radio City rockette in her 20s. He, the poor artist who could offer her nothing but his love. Fate drove them apart, but Declan, now a famous artist, El Toro, professes that Blanche has always been his muse. Featured predominantly in his artworks and central to El Toro's return to the apex of the art world, Blanche is thrilled to have been such an inspiring figure to this man. Of course she has. But looking around at a party filled with those who have made their living off of the artist's fame, his assistant, his art dealer, his greatest critic, and more, Dorothy isn't so sure they're welcome on the island after all. When a tropical storm knocks power out across the island, and optimistic Blanche proclaims that everyone looks better by candlelight anyway. But when Declan is found dead the next morning, all eyes are on her, his supposed muse of 30 plus years, trapped at the estate with other guests, suspects all. The girls must band together and find the true killer. Bum, 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 bum. Mm. Honestly, I loved the characters and the dialogue, and all the mystery kind of stuff was meh for me. Seriously, I would have just read a whole entire episode in book format. Chip was never a suspect to me. I didn't think the author gave us any real suspicious characters, not many breadcrumbs. I agree. I guess that it might be Chip, but not like in a solving the mystery because clues way, more in a who doesn't want the book want me to notice way. Definitely reading book 2. Book 2 sounds fun. Already pre-ordered book 2. Yeah, book 2 sounds more along the lines of what we were thinking for book 1 with Blanche and her dalliances, right? Like, oh my goodness. Um, but yeah, that's interesting. I love that I don't know if you guys have also seen, but they have I've got one in my drawer over here, but they have the Golden Girls sticker coloring book, which is like you take the little stickers and you put them in the little places and it makes the pictures. Oh goodness. Um I guess Chip mattered because of the focus on his lapel pin when the girls arrived. Yeah, that would make sense. So I know that I didn't send out any voting for December because in December so sorry. In December, we normally read a Christmas mystery. And so I dove everywhere. Guys, we've been doing this book club since like 2018. We have like 6 or 7 years worth of Christmas cozies we have already read. So it took me a while to find a Christmas cozy. I hope it's good, but this is the book that we will be reading for December. It says Dashend Through the Snow by Rosie A. Point, a very murder Christmas series, book 1. And here's the setup. It's going to be a very murder Christmas. Holly loves the small town life in Full Fork, New York, especially since she gets to spend most of her time walking the adorable dogs of the town's elite or hanging out at her best friend's pet cafe. And the first day of Christmas is no exception to the routine. Until she arrives at her first client's home to pick up an adorable Dachshund named Dixie and finds a corpse instead. Um, the owner has been murdered, and as the last person who saw her, Holly gets a bright red target on her back. She's got to figure out who done it before Christmas is ruined. Goodness gracious. My cough is very rude. I'm so sorry. Feel better. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Wonderful selection for December. Thank you. I hope that it's good. It's pretty short, which normally I try to do for December because everybody's busy with their own family things and all of that. But I am so sorry, guys. I think 30 minutes of talking straight is killing my throat. But I'm so happy I was able to jump on here with you guys tonight. Um, I am so happy to see you guys. Um, yes, the paperback's only available in large print. I had no idea, right? And then I opened it and I was like, whoa, buddy, this is going to be quick. Because that's like 16, 18 font. My library closes at 8:30 Central on Wednesdays, but I'm going to try to make every book club I can. Love visiting with you all. Bye, Renee. It looks like a cute read. Hopefully, it'll be cute and fast and fun. That's what we're hoping for in December. But I'm going to get off here so I do not hurt any more of your guys' ears with my atrociously rude cough. Message me on Instagram. I love talking to you guys throughout the month, but I am going to go and have some Mucinex and cough drops and hopefully feel better for Thanksgiving tomorrow. But hugs and love to all of you guys. Happy holidays. Thank you so much. I will hopefully feel better. Bye, guys.